and we'll have your primetime lineup when we return.
Good evening, Jordan. Around 3:45 this afternoon, we received
You're watching 18 News at 5.
Finally at 5, today is the final day of the season that people can actually take advantage of skating at the Nassau Civic Center ice rink. That's according to our media partner, the Leader of the Rink, offering special today, $1 admission and $1 rental. The ring usually opens back up again for the season in November. Thanks for joining us for 18 News at 5. Your 5:30 news is next.
News begins with a forecast first from the 18 Storm Team.
Good Thursday to you. I am live outside of our studio in downtown Elmira, and we're seeing just a few peaks of that sunshine. Right now, mostly cloudy Elmira roof camera. And around the Twin Tiers, we are on the dry side, and that's at the moment. Next weather maker moves in for tonight. Still mild for this time of the year. Highs today into the 50s, and we're holding strong at the moment. Temperatures tonight will drop mid to upper 40s for overnight lows, and that's with that next weather maker moving into the region. Showers likely for the end of the work week. More on what else to expect coming up. 18 News at 5:30 starts now.
Live from your local news leader, this is 18 News at 5:30.
Here's what's happening right now at 5:30. As more colleges are telling their students not to return after spring break, one local school is joining that list, and something is happening. And with coronavirus on the rise across the nation, how Pennsylvania officials are now trying to contain it. Good evening, I'm Jordan Orcas. Thank you for joining us for 18 News at 5:30. Earlier this afternoon, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that New York is banning all gatherings of over 500 people until further notice. Our 18 News reporter and meteorologist Jessica Camuto has more on how this will affect the Twin Tiers. Jessica, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good evening, Jordan. So around 3:45 this afternoon, the Clemens Center did announce that until further notice, they are canceling all of their shows. Now, this announcement did come just moments after that announcement from Governor Andrew Cuomo about that ban on mass gatherings with over 500 people here in the state of New York. Now, that ban is not only going to be affecting performances here at the Clemens Center, but also it will be affecting movie theaters and even Broadway performances.
Those new rules will go into effect 5 o'clock on Friday, except for the Broadway theaters in Manhattan, where it will go into effect 5 o'clock today. Yes, that's only several hours, but we've already been talking to the Broadway theaters, and they are aware that we're going to be doing this.
Now, Governor Cuomo says these rules will not apply to schools, hospitals, nursing homes, and mass transit facilities. But even here in the Twin Tiers, not only the Clemens Center, but First Arena and local parades that were supposed to be held for St. Patrick's Day have either been postponed or canceled due to all this coronavirus. And if you are curious about any of these cancellations, you could head over to our website, mytwintiers.com. For now, reporting in front of the Clemens Center, Jessica Camino, 18 News.
Thank you, Jess. Meanwhile, Mansfield University is suspending all face-to-face classes for 1 week starting Monday, March 16th, as they transition all classes to online modules. Mansfield is joining all SUNY campuses, Penn State, and dozens of other major universities across the nation to move their courses online amid the coronavirus. Courses that are already taught online will continue without interruption, and all other courses will resume online on Monday, March 23rd. The Mansfield campus will remain open, and you can find the full statement from the university on our website, mytwintiers.com. The Hilltop Inn releasing a statement today saying customers and employees are their highest priority as they keep up with combating the coronavirus. The statement says the business is in close contact with health agencies for more information on guidance. And at this time, they are continuing to communicate to their staff the importance of preventative measures, such as frequent hand washing and rigorous cleaning processes. Some new safety measures that are being taken are salt and pepper shakers were removed and replaced with disposable packets. Gloves will be worn by serving staff while serving food and beverages and menus, and check presenters will be sanitized after each use. To see the full list, head to our website for more information. Now that brings us to today's question of the day. How do you feel about eating in or dining out as fears of coronavirus spread? Log on to our Facebook and Twitter pages and let us know what you think. Here are a few of your responses so far. Andy starts us off with, it's even less of an issue than the common flu. No worries. Rick follows with, either one works for me. If the sick people would stay in, then there may not be a problem with gathering at your place you like to eat at. Tyler says, I don't have a fear of the coronavirus. I have good hand hygiene and I don't touch my face. Well, thank you for your responses, and there's still time to win on today's question. Just go to our Facebook and Twitter pages. Meanwhile, the number of coronavirus cases in Pennsylvania continue to increase. This afternoon, we learned an individual in Pike County tested presumptive positive, bringing the total in the state to 22. 2 of them were confirmed by the CDC. Matt Heckel reports.
Yeah, every day more and more cases of COVID-19 or the coronavirus are announced here in Pennsylvania. Now the state is doing whatever it can to try to stop the spread.
Beginning tomorrow, Friday, March 13th, we're going to begin significant and decisive social distancing.
Governor Wolf says he is strongly encouraging the suspension of large gatherings, events, and conferences of 250 people or more. He's also discouraging people from going to places like gyms, movie theaters, and shopping malls. This after yet another case of the coronavirus was announced Friday afternoon, bringing the statewide total to 22.
These actions may seem severe, but they're far less draconian than what we may have to do in the future if we don't act now.
13 of the state's cases have been in Montgomery County. There, the governor is ordering the closure of all schools, community centers, gyms, and entertainment venues. He's recommending non-essential retail facilities to close and asking Commonwealth employees to work from home.
By closing these facilities, we can control the spread of the disease. That's the hope.
219 Pennsylvanians have been identified for testing. 116 came back negative, with 81 tests pending.
Please stay calm. We have the networks in place to ensure that we will continue to make Pennsylvania a healthy Pennsylvania for all.
In Harrisburg, Matt Heckel, 18 News.
And today, a look inside one of the only labs in the nation working on a coronavirus vaccine. This video is inside the lab at the University of Pittsburgh's Center for Vaccine Research, where scientists are working right now to find a treatment. Now, this is a highly secure facility, just one of 12 labs nationwide to be given a sample of the virus. Now, part of the process involves using an inactivated coronavirus growing on a plate. And as you can see there, being held up by a scientist. On NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, there will be more in-depth coverage of the coronavirus pandemic. But coming up on 18 News at 5:30, Senator Bernie Sanders is still pushing forward and eagerly waiting for Sunday's debate. But with COVID-19 cases increasing, things may not go as planned.
Mainly cloudy skies with us for today. Gray skies throughout the afternoon, and we've been seeing a little rainfall earlier. Showers likely late tonight. Details in the next 7 days in just a few minutes.
You're watching 18 News at 5:30.
It's time for your Daily J. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Here's today's category: Guest Hosts. Now the clue. Tonight, this veteran and former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, will guest host Jimmy Kimmel Live. Stay tuned for the correct response. It's time for your Daily J. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Here's today's category: Guest Hosts. Now the clue. Tonight, this veteran and former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, will guest host Jimmy Kimmel Live. The correct response: who is Pete Buttigieg? For more categories and clues, watch Jeopardy! Weeknights at 7 on WETM 18.
You're watching 18 News at 5:30.
Former Vice President Joe Biden initially was due to travel to Tampa, Florida today. But in the wake of the public health emergency, Biden will speak on coronavirus in Wilmington, Delaware instead. Yesterday, Biden's presidential campaign announced formation of a new advisory committee in order to overview the risks posed by the coronavirus and act as a counsel for the campaign. Biden plans to hold virtual events instead of public rallies for now. Now, there are more changes to Sunday's Democratic presidential debate featuring Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders. The Democratic National Committee announced the debate will no longer take place in Phoenix and instead will take place in CNN's Washington, D.C. studio. The DNC and CNN announced earlier in the week that the event would not have a live studio audience, media filing center, or post-debate interview room. In a statement today, the National Party said the location move was made out of an abundance of caution and to reduce travel. Coronavirus precautions also led to a change in moderators. The debate takes place just ahead of next week's primaries in Arizona, Florida, Illinois, and Ohio.
Next weather maker moving into the region, showers with us to end the work week, but the concern is the winds. Winds turning to out of the west-northwest with gusts over 30 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Details on this in the weekend ahead after the break. Welcome back. Isolated showers and sprinkles with us this morning, but most staying dry throughout the afternoon, just dealing with those stubborn clouds. Few breaks in cloud cover, but right now looking a little gray over the city of Elmira. Weather set up, high pressure that's moving east off the coast. We have our next frontal system that's moving in from the west, set to impact the region. That starts tonight and continues through tomorrow. Showers likely and also windy conditions. Now though, dry side for the Twin Tiers, and as we go throughout the first half of the night, dealing with those stubborn clouds, just a couple drops here and there possible. Main batch of rain that will move in for us late tonight. That starts after midnight, continuing into your Friday morning commute. That's when the heaviest rain will fall. Really not a concern though. As we go through the morning, late morning hours, cold front moves through. And this will put an end for the most part to the rain as the system continues to push east. After that cold front, just an isolated shower is possible, otherwise breaks in cloud cover. Winds will be picking up though, turning west-northwest for us, working in favor of cooler temperatures, but also drying us out. Dry side for your Friday night into Saturday, and we stay dry as we go into the weekend. Some morning sunshine Saturday, but some filtered sunshine by late day. Disturbance to our south giving us that added cloud cover, but still, we stay dry. Rainfall totals tomorrow around the Twin Tiers from around a quarter up to about a half of an inch total for our rainfall, but the concern, rather than the rain, that's turning to the winds, which will work in favor of cooler temperatures. Highs today, mid to upper 50s for some of us, and around the Twin Tiers now, we are still holding pretty strong. 56 Elmira and Corning, 54 Watkins Glen, 55 in Bath and Hornell, 50 in Wellsboro. Winds out of the south, and that's ushering in the moisture for us. Right now, sustained winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Winds getting even stronger for us for tomorrow, and that's with that cold front moving through. Winds breezy tonight, about 5 to 15 miles per hour, but getting closer to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Sustained tomorrow afternoon. Gust over 30, and again, that's working in favor of cooler temperatures. Lows tonight were in the mid to upper 40s, and showers arriving late tonight through the first half of your Friday, seeing breaks in cloud cover through the second half. Temperatures tomorrow topping out into the 50s, 56 forecasted high for Elmira. A little cooler, but still seasonable for the weekend. Also dry for the weekend. Again, a little added cloud cover as we start our weekend Saturday, increasing mid and high level clouds. Plenty of sunshine with us Sunday, and still some sunshine into early next week. Shower chances returning for us again on Tuesday.
Well, I like that the temperatures are starting to increase.
Yeah, a little more like spring.
Closer to spring, absolutely. Right. Well, thank you, Shelby. 18 News at 5:30. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching 18 News at 5:30.
The opinions and views expressed in Political Talk belong to its commentators and are not those of Nexstar Broadcasting Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Welcome to Political Talk with Tom Santulli and Dora Leland. The full weight of the impact of the coronavirus outbreak is being felt by most Americans. The World Health Organization declaring the rapidly spreading coronavirus outbreak a pandemic, and then just last night, the President of the United States addressing the nation. Dora, what did you have to think about? You had a chance to watch his speech?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about your reaction to the President's speech.
You know, I know that his intent was to calm the nation and inspire confidence in the ability of himself and his administration to handle the crisis. I don't think he pulled it off. How do we know this? The White House scrambled after his speech to clarify some of the mistakes that he made. One of them being the travel ban. In his speech, he said that there would be a 30-day ban on travel from the United States, from Europe to the United States, and this would include goods and cargo. Well, this set off a panic, people trying to switch airplane tickets, getting back, fearing that they wouldn't be able to enter. The White House had to clarify that they meant only foreign nationals, that Americans would, of course, be able to travel back and forth, and it did not include goods. He also stated that he spoke with insurance companies saying that they would waive all copays on treatment of the coronavirus. And of course, they then weighed in and said, no, we meant we would waive copays on the testing of it. Now, that's a big difference. I know he rolled out some of his plans on dealing with the economic fallout because of this. And one of the things he is touting is a payroll tax cut. But the problem with this, I don't think Democrats are even going to entertain it. It really isn't going to help the elderly or people that are laid off from their jobs. It's only going to help people that are employed.
Let me get Tom's reaction to this. But what do you have to think about?
Well, first of all, I'll start out by giving the president credit when he did the travel ban with China. And was called a racist for that. And my thought is, hey, this started in China. It was covered up in China. They never told us the truth about how serious it was. And now all of a sudden we want to make the Chinese heroes, from some of the far left were out there saying today. Don't buy any of it. But listen, were there some faults in what he said last night? Absolutely. I saw Bernie Sanders listen to him when I was driving down here. You talk about scaring the heck out of people. Joe Biden did it today. Joe Biden did a speech and listen, the best advice, and I think that I'd love to give to everybody watching here, is that, politics is politics. Even this has become politics, and it shouldn't be. People should be listening to the CDC. They should be listening to the medical community. That's how we're going to get through this. Government has a role, and it's to provide the services so they can do their work. But you know what? That's not where I'm going to get how my message is. I listen to the medical community. They're the experts.
That's a good point.
This is both parties, both sides.
I think that's the key right there. We were out of time, but you want a 10-second rebuttal to that?
I think the important thing to realize is that the importance right now is containing it, and I think the administration really has to focus on getting the testing out, and we have to be just as transparent as we demanded the Chinese to be.
All right, on that note, of course, we will continue with our coronavirus coverage here on AT News and on Political Talk, mytwintiers.com. We'll be right back.
Now, before we go, some breaking details just coming into our newsroom. The Corning Museum of Glass and the Rockwell Museum are both canceling all events through April 1st. Now, this includes CMOG's Family Night that was scheduled for tomorrow and the 2300 event that was scheduled for March 19th. For more cancellations and postponed events, just head to our website, mytwintiers.com. And you know, with all of these cancellations, people are going to be looking for things to do. So how's the weather going to be?
Showers likely tomorrow morning at least, but then the second half of the day, mainly dry. Windy though, wind gust over 30 miles per hour, west-northwest wind tomorrow. That's the main concern, which will keep our temperatures, will drop our temperatures. That's Friday night into our weekend, but still not bad for this time of the year. Looks like a dry weekend ahead, just some added cloud cover late day Saturday as a disturbance passes to our south, but plenty of sunshine with us on Sunday. A little cold Sunday night though into Monday, but temperatures rebound nicely. We have some sunshine in store for us Monday, then chance for showers on St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures back into the 50s by midweek next week.
Getting warmer and warmer.
That's right.
Well, that does it for 18 News at 5:30.
Stick around, 18 News at 6 is coming up next.
Find 18 News wherever you are on mytwintiers.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our apps for news, weather, and sports. '18 News begins with a forecast first from the 18 Storm Team.
Good Thursday to you. I am live outside of our studio in downtown Elmira, and we're seeing breaks in that cloud cover right now. See that over the city of Elmira, but also dry weather. We are dry across the Twin Tiers, and temperatures not bad for this time of the year. Currently low to mid 50s, and temperatures will drop tonight just by a few degrees. Clouds moving back in for us, and rainfall becoming likely late tonight into your day tomorrow. I'll have more on what to expect for the next 7 days coming up. 18 News at 6 starts now.
Now on 18 News.
People are worried about the effects of it.
New tonight at 6, the coronavirus has many across our community and state fearful of contamination. What should you do, and how should you deal with the anxiety around the virus?
If I need to do something, I'll do it. I have the right to do a lot of things that people don't even know about.
And the Trump administration issuing a European travel ban, what you can expect.
Live from your local news leader, this is 18 News at 6.
A tough day on Wall Street. The market closing with its biggest drop since the Black Monday crash of 1987. All fears of an economic fallout from the coronavirus crisis as it deepens tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Zach Wheeler.
And I'm Jordan Norquist. Thank you for joining us tonight at 6. Wall Street investors are worried about the scale of the coronavirus pandemic and its economic consequences.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunging more than 2,300 points, its worst drop since 1987. The sell-off came despite action for the Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank. The steep drop over the last month, well, it simply has wiped out most of the big run-up on Wall Street since President Donald Trump's inauguration.
Corning Incorporated continue to see their stock drop, falling more than 11% today. Their stock is at its lowest price since July 2016.
As the coronavirus continues to spread, more public events are being postponed by the hour. The ribbon cutting for the new Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, better known as LECOM, has been postponed.
The chief academic officer says that the April 20th ribbon cutting will be rescheduled for a later date in the coming months. Over 120 students will eventually be attending the college. Stick with 18 News for the latest details for the new opening date.
Many other events across the Twin Tiers are getting postponed as precautions to slow the spread of the coronavirus in New York State. The Chemung County Tax Foreclosure Auction and Greater Valley Regional Job Fair, they have been postponed. The Hornell St. Patrick's Day Parade has been canceled. And most recently, the Corning Museum of Glass in Rockwell canceling all events through the 1st of April.
However, the Southern Tier Running Club St. Patrick's Day Run is still on. You can also transfer to the online race beginning today and race virtually at home. 18 News has a full list of canceled events on our website, mytwintiers.com.
Steuben County public health officials holding a press conference earlier today, giving us an update on the county's response to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic.
Steuben County Manager Jack Wheeler kicked off the conference to update the county on the governor's announcement that public gatherings with more than 500 people will be prohibited.
The governor just made a pretty significant announcement stating that any mass gatherings larger than 500 people is prohibited starting Friday 5 p.m. And gatherings under 500 people with a seated capacity have to be reduced by 50%. Stress there are no positive cases of COVID-19 in Steuben County at this point, but that makes for the perfect time to really get our planning in place and get prepared for any eventuality. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it may.
Now, Steuben County Public Health Director Darlene Smith says that 4 people are currently quarantined in their homes, though they were not sure how many people have been tested in Steuben to date. Smith also confirmed that the most testing is done locally or regionally.
And be aware of fake reports online. A fake report of coronavirus in Elmira currently circulating on social media. That report states that a patient at St. Joe's has the virus. This report again is false. There are still no confirmed cases of coronavirus in the area. All over our country, the fear of coronavirus is apparent.
Our Corning Bureau Chief Ariel Salk has more on this story. Good evening, Ariel.
Good evening, Jordan and Zach. After the coronavirus was officially declared a pandemic, anxieties surrounding the new virus have heightened. Some people in the country the fear has increased so drastically that they won't even leave their homes or cover themselves in plastic bags before they go out into public. I spoke with a local psychiatrist at Arnott Medical Center in Corning to talk about the anxiety.
People are worried about the effects of it. You also see people who are worried about the like people stocking up on things. Now there isn't anything on the shelves. People kind of in that panic mode about, you know, what happens if we have to quarantine ourselves in the house. So I try to help them just kind of not catastrophize, you know, think realistically.
Bushnell also recommends people who are experiencing anxiety to find activities to take your mind off the virus, like reading a book. And she also recommended for people to stay off social media sites that may be generating some false claims surrounding the virus, which can also increase your anxiety. Live in the Corning Bureau, Ariel Salk, 18 News.
Thank you. Now that the coronavirus is making itself known across our communities, people are starting to panic, as we just heard, even though there's empty shelves on supermarkets across the area.
For over 140 years, Meniere's has been serving the Twin Tiers, supplying community members with all their essential needs. But today their shelves are looking very bare. Everything from toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and Clorox wipes have been swept off the shelves as people begin to prepare themselves for anything possible when it comes to the coronavirus.
The only thing we're out of is toilet paper right now. We have that on order for tomorrow. We still have Lysol, hand wash soap, cleaning supplies, paper towels, beer, all the essentials. So we've got a lot left, just not the toilet paper. If you don't see it today, most likely we'll have it tomorrow. So if you see that we're out of something like a paper product or a cleaning supply, hopefully we'll be getting that in on a truck the next day. We're pretty quick at getting stuff back in.
As always, you can stay up to date with all the local news updates on the coronavirus and how it's affecting our communities. But we've got a concerning the Clemens Center now. Moving on to that story, of course, the coronavirus continues to be a concern, and of course the governor making an announcement earlier today about large crowds larger than 500 people not to gather.
That's right. The Broadway League has canceled all shows up until April 12th, and now the Clemens Center has also closed its doors for the time being. Our 18 News reporter and meteorologist Jessica Camuto is live from the Clemens Center with more. Good evening, Jessica.
Yeah, good evening, Zach and Jordan. So around 3:45 this afternoon, this is when we did receive the word from the Clemens Center that they are planning to cancel all of their shows until further notice. Now, this did occur moments after Governor Andrew Cuomo did make his announcement that all mass gatherings that have over 500 people here in New York State would be banned. And now the Clemens Center has 2 shows that they had planned in their Broadway series for April and June. And right now it is unknown when this ban would be lifted. We did know earlier on that this ban did not include schools and nursing homes, so keeping this in mind. But there are still plenty of postponements and cancellations due to the coronavirus, and you can find all of that over on our website, mytwintiers.com. For now, reporting outside the Clemens Center, Jessica Camuto, 18 News.
Meanwhile, there is now a confirmed case of coronavirus in Western New York.
County executives confirmed the first case of the virus in Monroe County late last night. According to officials, the patient flew into JFK from Rome, then took ground transportation back to Rochester. Officials say the risk of infection remains low in the area, but currently there are 50 quarantined people in Monroe County.
President Trump announcing overnight that the U.S. will be implementing a travel ban on European countries amid this virus.
The travel restrictions will not apply to U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and some of their family members. Travel from Britain would not be affected by the U.S. ban. Now, the ban only applies to foreign nationals.
The European Union failed to take the same precautions. As a result, a large number of new clusters in the United States were seeded by travelers from Europe.
The president facing some backlash over this announcement. Several European ambassadors were not notified of the policy ahead of time. The travel industry reportedly was not consulted either.
We get along very well with the European leaders, but we had to make a decision, and I didn't want to take time.
Congressman Tom Reed was in Washington earlier today praising the president and his travel restrictions.
Yeah, you know, I think the immediate action the president's taken is appropriate, but I think we do have to recognize the point of containment on the issue of exposure to coronavirus has come and gone. Coronavirus is amongst us in America, and where we need to focus now is on the public health system and the public health crisis, and doing what we can to mitigate the exposure to the virus going forward.
The congressman also commented on the amount of energy powers or emergency powers the president has had at his disposal, but urges those in Washington to avoid panic and hysteria. Stay around for NBC Nightly News for full coverage on more information about the coronavirus pandemic.
And of course, you can simply head over to mytwintiers.com and look under our coronavirus tab, which includes live interactive maps of the virus.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, though.
We take a look at our Twin Tiers most wanted suspect.
Weather maker moving into the region tonight. Showers becoming likely late and will continue through the first half of your Friday. Otherwise gusty west-northwest winds tomorrow. Details on the weekend ahead in my full forecast. Stick with us.
You're watching 18 News at 6.
Now to this week's Twin Tiers Most Wanted, coming to us from the Chemung County Sheriff's Office.
33-year-old Katie Willis is wanted for violating her probation and for criminal possession of a controlled substance. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please call the number on your screen.
The search continues for this man. The Elmira Police Department currently investigating a theft of tools from a construction project at the 100 block of Lake Street. This picture below is the suspect entering the building on 2 separate dates within the last week and apparently allegedly stole tools from the construction site. Police are seeking your assistance in identifying this person. On your screen, he can be seen wearing a brown jacket and a Punisher hat. If you have any information, contact the Elmira Police Department. A bit warmer today, but a little rainy out later, right?
Yeah, showers are returning for us tonight into early Friday. Also, gusty winds. All the details in the next 7 days after the break. Showers to sprinkles with us early this morning. Otherwise, clouds with us today. Breaks in cloud cover throughout the afternoon, though, and right now, just mostly cloudy over the city of Elmira. Weather set up, high pressure that's moving east. We have our next frontal system. This is moving in from the west. This system set to impact the region. That will start late tonight, continuing for us through your Friday. Warm front followed by that cold front. Now, though, dry side for the Twin Tiers. We are dry across the Twin Tiers and staying dry through at least midnight tonight. Few drops here and there possible, but most staying dry through midnight. Warm front moves in late tonight and early tomorrow, though, so with that warm front comes the moisture, also cloud cover. Showers likely into the pre-dawn hours Friday, continuing throughout that morning commute. That's with the cold front moving through. In the wake of that cold front, cooler, drier air will start to work into the region. This will be into Friday afternoon, but still an isolated shower can't be completely ruled out. Otherwise, partial clearing. Gusty winds will still be with us tomorrow afternoon. Overnight, we're drying out. This is going into the weekend. We're waking up Saturday morning with some sunshine to look forward to. High pressure to our north, low pressure to our south. That low pressure system at most just added mid and high level clouds by late day, but still we stay dry. Showers to our south, high pressure keeping us dry Saturday and also on Sunday. As for rainfall tomorrow, we're looking at about 1/4 up to 1/2 of an inch. Brief downpour is possible, but as you can see, overall rainfall not a concern. Main concern tomorrow, that'll be the winds, working in favor of cooler, but also drier conditions. Temperature-wise, highs today, reaching into the 50s and around the Twin Tiers now, low to mid-50s. We're at 54 here in Elmira, along with Corning and Watkins Glen, 52 Troy and Sayre, 55 still in Hornell. Winds around the Twin Tiers breezy, around 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's out of the south, so that's ushering in the moisture, but also keeping our temperatures rather mild. Same goes for late tonight. Southerly winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Winds will pick up tomorrow with that cold front moving through about 25 miles per hour into the afternoon hours. Gust over 30 miles per hour. Keep this in mind. That's through your Friday afternoon. Lows tonight were in the mid to upper 40s and temperatures tomorrow topping out early into the 50s. Forecasted high 56 degrees for Elmira. Dropping, but still not bad for this time of the year into the weekend. Coming along with some sunshine as we start the weekend, increasing mid and high level clouds by late day Saturday. Plenty of sunshine with us Sunday, though. High pressure takes hold and we have those mid and high level clouds as we go into early next week. Dry start early next week, but it does look like that chance for showers returns for us on Tuesday. Otherwise, temperatures a little warmer, and that's as we're getting closer to the official start of spring.
All right, we look forward to that warmer weather now. All right, still ahead here at 6 o'clock.
One local farm company is educating students on how to make a difference in the farming industry.
You're watching 18 News at 6.
One local farm company is educating students on how to make a big difference in the farming industry.
Now, it's a program that brings students and teachers to the farm sanctuary directly from their classroom. Our 18 News' Daryl Matthews tells us about transportation by virtual reality.
Ways that you can make a difference. From the farm to the classroom, the Farm Sanctuary of Watkins Glen is providing a new way to learn compassion for animals. We want to empower these students with the knowledge that they need to make decisions for passionate choices in the future. The program is available to middle and high school students, giving them an in-depth view of rescued farm animals, all through virtual reality. Virtual reality is a really easy and convenient way to bring the sanctuary to the classroom, where students get to visit the sanctuary and see the animals without even leaving their seats. Students of Lehman Alternative Community School in Ithaca are the latest to try the VR program, which has already educated thousands of students throughout New York City.
Much more exciting than I thought it was. I was not expecting virtual reality, and so a lot of kids have really liked that aspect of it.
As they are becoming transformed by virtual reality, students learn how to treat these farm animals as friends and not food.
We try to cultivate a personality of independence and autonomy, and so even when you come in 6th grade, we try to make it so that, everything that we have here is accessible to both middle schoolers and high schoolers. The Farm Sanctuary was founded in 1986 and says this is an opportunity to teach students to change how society views and treats farm animals through rescue, education, and advocacy. In Ithaca, for 18 News, Daryl Matthews.